Welcome to bigwhitefish.com. Today we're gonna check out the Helios suspension system, which is basically Eno's version of the Whoopie sling, and then we're going to copy it and make one ourselves. So let's check out the Helios system. It says here that its weight is 5.7 ounces and it's 11 foot 8 inches long by 1 inch width. What Eno has done is they've given us a tree strap with our Whoopie sling that's already been made, and it's been run through one of the loops of the tree strap, and then on this end is our adjustment, so you can pull it tight, and then in theory you pull this and kind of smooth that out. Here's the loop that is going to go to our actual hammock, so under load it won't slip, but if we wanted to adjust it again, we could pull, get it adjusted, make sure it's locked, and then when it's weighted, we have our adjustment. First thing you're going to need is your bank measuring tape, and then we're going to see how long these tree straps are. We're going to go ahead and just do two 58-inch pieces of our webbing for our tree straps. So that should give us a pretty decent replication of Eno's system. And anytime you trim this, you're going to definitely want to put a lighter to it, or whatever heating device you have to melt that end, or it'll fray everywhere. Hang that over the edge, let it cool. So now we got to get our 58 inches. Okay, that should be one. Alright, now before we cut the other one, let's see how this stacks up against our model. So I'm just kind of imitating the actual design. So we are just about right. Looks like I was about an inch shy, but we'll go with it. Now that these two are cut to size, we are going to sew them, and we're going to do just like they did. We're going to just copy these. If you can see, we're going to copy these 3 bar stitches. If you can see that. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so our scrap piece is actually really close to the size of our actual straps. So I'm going to do a test run on here to make sure I can get the width and the spacing of the stitch right. And once we've got that fine-tuned, then we'll move on to the actual proper setting. I'm just going to roughly compare by eye the loop size So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a straight stitch just to get it held in place, and then we're going to go to the actual zigzag. If you can see the way that I'm spacing these, what I'm doing is I'm putting this edge of the foot here, I'm lining that with my last stitch, so that gives me an even spacing from one to the next. So now we have our 3 straight stitches, and we're going to go over those with the zigzag. What we're going to do is we're going to line our stitch in the center of our foot, because we want the zigzag to go evenly over that line. And your length of your stitch, you want to set that to fairly short. And your width also should not be overly wide. So if you look on that center one that we just did, that looks really good to me. I think we found a good balance. When I try to bend it, there is a stiffness to it, so it seems to be doing its job. I'm going to go ahead and call that, my tension is slightly above 3, probably a 3 1/3. And then my width is still 2 1/2, but my length is on 1. And then I went back and forth probably about 4 times to get that nice bar stitch. So once those are cleaned up and all the eppies are gone, you can see how that's a real nice join. Again, it's nice and stiff, which to me indicates a real good solid join. I mean, you know, you can really pull on that and it's not even budging. So that is going to work for us. What we need to do now is do our other side. This is the short side. This is the small loop. This is the one that's going to have the whoopie sling run through. And then this one we're going to have is going to be a little bit longer. So now we have one of our straps done, and you can see that there's the short end. This is the one that the actual Dyneema rope or am steel is going to go through, and then this loop is what we will run one through the other to wrap around the tree. So let's get the other one finished and we'll go from there.